Hello, my name is Humphrey. In the last few weeks, we've been studying about some common errors that occur in our written and speech communication. We've been studying about how to identify these errors and how to correct them. We started by looking at what a modifier is. A modifier is a word, a phrase, or a clause that provides extra information or description about an element in a sentence. Some examples of words that can serve as a modifier are adjectives and adverbs, such as noun phrases, participial phrases, and prepositional phrases can also serve as a modifier. Clauses such as nominal clauses and subordinate clauses can also be used as a modifier in a sentence. We examined several examples, and here are two of them. Example 1. The food that was prepared will be served soon. In this sentence, that was prepared was identified as a modifier and is a clause modifying the word food. Example 2. The items in the garage will be disposed of next week. In this sentence, the prepositional phrase in the garage was identified as a modifier and is modifying the word items. We went on to look at a misplaced modifier. Any modifier that is not describing the target word in a sentence is referred to as a misplaced modifier. In other words, any modifier far away from the intended word in a sentence is a misplaced modifier. It is therefore important to identify this modifier and bring it close to its intended word in a sentence. Here are two examples of such cases. Example 1. I saw that there was a heart on the head that was extremely big. In this sentence, that was extremely big was identified as the modifier and is seeking to modify the word head in this sentence. But we realize that the intention of the speaker is to describe or give more explanation to the word heart. Therefore, it is important to bring the clause that was extremely big close to the word heart. So the new word reads, I saw that there was a heart that was extremely big on her head. Example 2. Kofi took back the wine to the cellar that was not sweet. In this sentence, that was not sweet was identified as the modifier and is seeking to modify cellar in this sentence. Again, the intention of the speaker is to give more description about the wine. Therefore, it is important to bring the clause that was not sweet close to the word wine. So the sentence is rewritten as Kofi took back the wine that was not sweet to the cellar. We also moved on to look at dangling modifier. A dangling modifier refers to a situation in a sentence where what is supposed to be modified has been left out. In other words, the modifier has no head word that it seeks to modify in a sentence. Here are two examples of such cases. Example 1. Uncovering the bowls, the food was eaten. Here, uncovering the bowls was identified as the modifier, but the head word or the subject was or is missing in the sentence. Therefore, we need to introduce the subject or the head word into the sentence. So the sentence is rewritten as, uncovering the bowls, I saw the food was eaten. I saw the food was eaten. Example 2. Opening her bag and packed her items to the room. In this sentence, opening her bag was identified as the modifier. But unfortunately, the subject that it seeks to modify has been left out. So, the subject, the head word, must be introduced into the sentence. So the new sentence reads, opening her bag, Amma unpacked her items into the room.